So I posted this a couple of weeks ago for my Patreons, and I'm going to word it a little differently, but 2026, 2027, and 2028 bring these aspects that have never been seen in human history. There are astrological events getting ready to take place that have never happened in recorded history. So there's going to be a lot of things taking place. 2026, 2027, okay? Let's start first off with the universal dragon shift. This is the north and south nodes. Modern astrology does not discuss it quite as much as an ancient astrologer like myself. So let's talk about that first, because come July 27th, 2026, we have a changing of the guards, as I call it. This is the dragon shift, where the dragon moves from a Pisces head and a Virgo tail into a dragon's head in Aquarius and the tail in Leo. This has a multitude of things and impact for the United States itself, because the United States is natally born with a dragon's head in Leo and the tail in Aquarius. So the United States is not on its dragon return as of yet, but we are going to feel this as a nation. And probably before the new year, my Patreons are going to get a little info on the fate of the United States of America. Okay? So there's that. But let's get into what is coming for the year or two ahead. Hold on. So let's first talk Uranus, okay? Uranus is the planet of sudden release of energy. It is an outer planet, but you can feel its impact so much. It is an outer planet, but it represents the sudden release of energy, explosions. Think of the Tower card in the tarot. It's about everything being crushed down to build back up. That's the United States right there. Everything is going to crush down so it's built back up. But on April 26th, 2026, Uranus, which is right now in Taurus, it's in its last breath of Taurus. I did a video about this, about the lessons that have to be learned right now with its final breath in Taurus. It will transition into Gemini until about May 22nd, 2033. So we're in this for the long haul. And unfortunately, our own president is going to be on his Uranus return. He will not finish his presidency. I guarantee it. And I say that with my full chest. He will not finish his presidency. Once Uranus moves into Gemini, right on his first house, adios. Adios. But this is where, once Uranus moves into Gemini, this is where the planet of radical change and technology and innovation will come to the forefront. This is where Uranus will work swiftly, quickly, meticulously to achieve its goals of mass disruption and transformation. Now, a perfect example of this is when Uranus transited to Taurus. This was at the beginning of 2018, and it ends this year. Taurus is the sign of love, and it's also the sign of money and wealth, and we saw a lot of changes within the money system, especially digitally speaking. It's about inflation, soaring housing costs, soaring prices in basic commodities like groceries. We all know. I mean, I went to the grocery store the other day, 5 bags, almost $300. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus, that's a lot of money. But Uranus moving into Gemini is about technology, swift changes within the world of technology. such as like remote work. I think in the next, between now and 2033, the days of working a 9 to 5 are long gone. Okay? Long gone. A lot of things are going to replace humans, like robotic things, like fast food industry. You're going to see robots in your In-N-Out burgers and your Burger Kings, making your shakes and preparing your burgers. That's just a part of reality, unfortunately, with technology. You're going to see more advancements with online tools like AI and things like that. I'm looking, hold on. It takes Uranus approximately like 84 years to travel through the entire belt of the zodiac. So it stays in each sign for 7 years. And when that happens, radical and drastic changes can take place, especially if you're on a Uranus return. Now, most people that are getting ready to experience their Uranus return are the baby boomers, the people that are born between 1938 and 1950, 48, late 40s, 1945, 46, 47, right around there. The boomer generation usually is having this experience and will have this experience. I'm going to read something to you. With the entry into Gemini, Uranus will be making a planetary return to several key dates in history, including World War II. We are going into wartime. And if you're wondering why your crypto's doing like shit, you can blame it on shit like bombing Venezuela and stuff like that. The president is hindering the progress. Behind the scenes, they're making the money, but not the rest of the world. Uranus in Gemini always signals war, whether it's World War II, whether it's the Civil War back in the 1800s, or even the U.S. Revolutionary War back in the early or the late 1700s. These are all significant events that have taken place in history through the ages. So this is about a new chapter in its existence. That's one major thing that's going to take place. But there's like a plethora of all kinds of different events that are going to take place. So first, I'm going to do this in 3 parts, okay? I may not get to part 2 tonight, but this is part 1. And this is Uranus moving into Gemini, okay? There is going to be some crazy things taking place, but this is warlike energy. This is not per se a prediction, but this is a chart of the United States. Now, my Patreons are going to get this in a few days. And I'm going to tell you the fate of the United States. I'm going to take you through the next 2 years, 3 years of what is going to happen to this country. And it isn't all star-spangled fucking great, let me tell you. We're getting ready to be ganged up on. You're going to see a fucking gangbang of other countries coming together and uniting in alliance against us. That is a reality that could happen. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you can't get away with bombing fucking countries, not getting Congress's approval to do that, going rogue, and thinking there will not be consequences, because there always is. Actions always have consequences. Uranus in Gemini.